right now on News Channel 8 at 6.
A basketball coach is behind bars tonight, accused of a sickening crime. How parents are reacting to his arrest.
And many students at the University of Tampa may need to find another place to live. Why underclassmen are getting first dibs at on-campus housing.
And a massive Pasco County water bill dries up. The latest on our investigation. Good evening, I'm Stacy Shiver.
And I'm Keith Kate. Thank you for joining us tonight. There were red flags before a Pinellas County volunteer basketball coach was arrested for child abuse and possession of child pornography. Tonight, we're hearing from a parent of one of the players on the basketball team. News Channel 8's Jeff Patterson joining us now live from the Pinellas County Jail with that story. Jeff.
Yeah, good evening, Keith. 56-year-old Frederick Lowe is an attorney and was a volunteer basketball coach. Pinellas County Sheriff Bob Gualtieri calls the things that Lowe is accused of doing as sick as it gets. Frederick Lowe was just a volunteer coach for the basketball team at Eastlake High School. But the parent of one of the team members tells us Lowe was doing some odd things.
I think the biggest red flag was not how much time he was spending, but that he was having kids do things privately.
The parent doesn't want their identity revealed, but they told me Lowe was buying basketball shoes for the players, giving them limo rides, even paid for gym memberships for some members of the team.
But then I was also told that he was paying some of the players to do certain things, run errands or clean his house.
The Pinellas County School District began investigating Lowe in October. Lowe was then banned from having any contact with the players. Sheriff Bob Gualtieri tells us Lowe forced one player to take off his clothes and wear a diaper, then cleaned him like a baby.
You know, this guy and this stuff is about as sick as it gets.
The parent tells us their child did not have any physical contact with Lowe, but the accusations are still very upsetting.
It's horrifying for the kids to know that this was someone that they looked up to, and to have known somebody personally like that. It's devastating.
Yeah, the Pinellas County School District admits that the cash, the gifts, the limo rides are all a violation of district policy. Keith?
Well, speaking of that, Jeff, if these gifts were a violation of the policy, are they investigating to see what the head basketball coach knew about all of this? I'm sure they've questioned him.
Yeah, I've asked them about that. They say Rick Taylor, the head basketball coach, did nothing wrong. They've closed their investigation. I reached out today to the State Association, High School Athletic Association, to find out if they're looking into this, to find out if they're looking into Rick Taylor allowing those gifts and cash to be given. They did not return my calls or emails. We're still looking.
Boy, the allegations, though, sickening, as the sheriff said there. Jeff Patterson reporting live for us in Pinellas County. Thank you.
95 people are spending some of their holiday season in jail after a major prostitution sting in Polk County. The 5-day sting, called Operation Naughty Not Nice, included the arrests of a mother and father who brought their child to the sting location in Lakeland, a high school algebra teacher, and also a 60-year-old man who drove to the sting wearing a French maid's costume. Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd said you can't get away with crime in his county.
So maybe we can get some of the detention deputies to hum jingle bells to you on Christmas morning, because you're going to be in jail eating pressed turkey if you come here to commit crime.
I'm not going to get arrested or anything. Right?
The sheriff said 3 juvenile sex trafficking victims were discovered in that sting. Finding adequate, affordable housing can be a challenge. It can be even more difficult if you're trying to do it on a college campus. That's what many students at one Bay Area school are now facing. Josh Thomas joins us live in Tampa with details. Hi, Josh.
Well, good evening, Stacy. About 8,000 students attend classes here at the University of Tampa, and about half of them live off campus. But even with more student housing being built, the school cannot keep up with the demand. The student population at the University of Tampa has grown dramatically over the past decade, and now those growing pains will affect juniors and seniors thanks to a new policy allowing sophomores and freshmen like Peter Pierce first crack at on-campus housing.
It helps them all adapt easily to the college experience when most of the time juniors and seniors have already been here for a few years and already understand the whole college experience.
The new policy will give underclassmen the first choice at on-campus housing over upperclassmen.
Some of them may not have their first choice of housing, and they may be looking at other housing options on campus or at the Barrymore Hotel, but we will be able to house a vast majority of them.
UT administrators came up with the change in part because freshmen and sophomores are still new to life away from home.
I think it's a good idea in theory, but a bad idea in practice.
Senior Samantha Bloom won't be affected, but has friends who will.
I think the big problem is going to be seniors who aren't able to live off of campus, who maybe don't have transportation or don't have the funds to be able to rent an apartment here.
Even some freshmen feel the policy is unfair to juniors and seniors.
If you've been paying to be living on campus for that long, you should have priority over people that haven't been.
University officials tell me they're not turning their back on the school's upperclassmen.
Many of our residence halls are still for upper class students. We continue to build residence halls for upper class students.
Now, about 70% of the school's seniors already choose to live off campus. The new policy, by the way, will go into effect with the start of the new school year in the fall.
Now, Josh, I understand there was even a petition opposing the new policy. That didn't make an impact?
No, it had no impact whatsoever. About 1,000 students did sign that petition and presented it to university officials, but it is not going to lead to a change in this new housing policy.
All right, Josh Thomas live in Tampa. Thank you.
We have some new information tonight on a deadly crash. Investigators now know the victim crashed when she looked down at a text message. Tampa police say 19-year-old Shemaya Turner became distracted by her phone, and that's when she crashed into a concrete barrier on the Courtney Campbell Causeway. She died. The child she was driving was injured, but is expected to be okay. And a stretch of roadway in Winter Haven is back open tonight after a car smashed into a power pole there. Police say the car traveled into the path of a truck, causing it to veer off the road and strike that light pole. The power lines dipped right over Havendale Boulevard, and that shut all the lanes down for a while. The driver of the car has non-life-threatening injuries. Investigators believe speed was a factor.
The LA Fitness in Brandon is back open tonight after being evacuated briefly this morning. An employee told News Channel 8 that workers accidentally put too much chlorine in the facility's swimming pool. That was during maintenance, and it caused a strong odor of chlorine throughout the building. Hillsborough Fire Rescue transported 2 people to the hospital, but the health club reopened a short time later. The pool and restrooms remain closed.
Still come tonight. We are just 11 days away from Christmas, and many people are looking for presents on websites like Craigslist.
Darren, coming up after the break, how law enforcement can keep you safe when you make those kinds of gift transactions.
Also ahead tonight, an update on an 8 on Your Side investigation. How a Pasco County resident got a reprieve on a big, big bill.
And another warm day. It looks like we'll have a couple more here before a cold front arrives at the end of the week. How cool this weekend. We'll have those numbers coming up.
Now to an 8 on Your Side alert. We are in the thick of the holiday shopping season. I don't need to tell you that, right? And it means tons of people are snatching up gifts on sites like Craigslist or eBay. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office is offering up designated holiday safe sale zones, say that 3 times quickly, for people to conduct transactions arranged online. Keep you safe. These areas are well lit and under video surveillance 24/7. There are 4 locations across the county, and we've listed them on our website, WFLA.com.
Many people dread receiving a letter calling them to jury duty, but we all know it's part of the job as a citizen of the United States, and even a mayor of a big city like Tampa has to do it. Mayor Bob Buckhorn reporting to jury duty this morning, and News Channel 8 caught up with him at the courthouse.
It's my duty to show up. I'm happy to do it. If I get selected, I'll serve. And hopefully will be an example for others that, you know, this jury process is a fundamental part of our Constitution and our judicial process.
Good sport about it. The mayor says he's been called for jury duty before, but he has been rejected every time. Have you ever been called for jury duty?
I have.
Did you get picked?
I did not.
I have, and I did. I'm not going to say that I tried to get out of it, but I sort of was leaning that.
Tried.
And I think the judge said, just for that, you're on board.
You're here. Well, coming up after the break, an update on our 8 on Your Side investigation.
Just ahead, News Channel 8 speaks to a Bay Area resident who fought with Pasco County officials to reduce a $3,000 water bill.
Now, an 8 on Your Side investigation.
A massive water bill for a Pasco County couple dries up. This $3,000 bill started our 14-month-long investigation. But today, that bill is now down to, wait for it, $40. And this has been a long time coming for this couple, too.
Yes, they turned to 8 on Your Side when no one else would help with the problem. We took on Pasco County Utilities, and finally, officials took care of this bill. 8 on Your Side investigator Shannon Benkin joins us now. And Shannon, boy, this couple has to be relieved. It's taken a while.
It has, but boy, they are relieved, and this is what they've been asking for all along. Now, instead of the more than $3,000, they'll pay just their average monthly bill.
It's this amount.
Louise Gritman can finally say goodbye to a more than $3 grand water bill.
Yep, it was a long battle.
We've been telling you about it for 14 months, and finally, 8 on Your Side got results. When this month's bill arrived, it included a big fat credit of $3,500.
At this point, I'm very satisfied with it.
Pasco Utilities insisted Gritman and her husband use 600,000 gallons of water in just 18 days. That's enough water to fill 17 railroad cars.
This will not happen again.
Our 8 on Your Side investigation led to an inspector's general audit that revealed systematic overbilling of hundreds. Gritman is happy to finally be done, but still a little bitter.
And that tax money is precious to us, and the administration there of Pasco County wasted over $300,000 of our money when they should have just done this to begin with.
So why, after all of this, the change of heart?
I think the county administrator would like to move forward. Pasco County would like to move forward as well. And especially everything that she's been through. Really, it was through her actions that prompted, a change in our ordinance.
As for Gritman, she's more than ready to move on, and so thankful this ordeal is over.
8 on Your Side has been terrific, following it up month after month after month. And I don't know if this would have come about if we didn't have you bringing it to everybody's attention.
Pasco Utilities is still working through hundreds of other complaints of high water bills. In October, the county commission passed a new county ordinance to give the department more authority to make big adjustments like this one. So you can imagine a lot of people want this help.
Sure. I know. So what about all those other customers? What's the county saying? Are they going to adjust bills?
They say that they are working on it. They're looking at all of these one by one, and actually tomorrow at the county commission meeting, they're supposed to present what they have done so far. And we'll be there and we'll bring it to you tomorrow.
Yeah, Tobin was saying it was her persistence that did it, and certainly that's a part of it, but credit to you as well. 14 months telling this story, and it took that long to get that refund and that reprieve. Well done, Shannon. Thank you. And now, News Channel 8 wants to make sure this does not happen to you, because as you've seen, it can. So go on, head to WFLA.com for the numbers to call if you think you've been overcharged on your bill. Now to Steve.
Well, this picture taken by Lynette in Lake Wales this weekend. What a beautiful weekend it was. Yeah, shorts, the appropriate attire. Can be out fishing anywhere around the Bay Area because temperatures have been quite warm, 81 degrees today. The Teddy Bear Drive is on. We're driving toward Christmas. Of course, we really want to thank everyone that turned out for Kindness Day last Friday. A huge success. We filled up the bus with bears. We could always use more. Brand new bears, though. WFLA.com for drop-off locations. Regions Bank, a good spot. At 9 p.m., 76 degrees. Maybe a few clouds left around. Some fog forming. Very high moisture. That reflects just with that overnight low temperature of 70 degrees. Very warm for this time of year. 76 degrees in Lutz, same in Brandon, 76 also in Clearwater Beach, 74 Largo, 77 degrees Apollo Beach. It's 76 in Wesley Chapel, Lake Placid, Northport, low 70s. 70s, Brooksville, and 75 in Weeki Wachee. There's a cold front back to the west, but not this front that's going to sweep on through with cooler, drier air this weekend. This front's going to stall to the north of us. There is cooler, drier air there. It's just going to, thanks to an area of high pressure holding on tight to Florida, hold this back to the northwest. So a few clouds near this boundary. Best shower chances north of the bay or central portions of the bay. That's what we'll see tomorrow as that front moves into the area. Also, the fog forecast here, looking at visibility here in miles through Tuesday at 5:30. Keep visibilities fairly low. Low clouds could hang in there through the mid-morning as well. That's around 7:35. This might be overplaying it a little bit, but you get the idea there. By noon, most of this should go away, but because of the high moisture levels, watch for that thick fog. So here comes the first cold front sliding into the area. May add a few clouds, especially northern areas, probably more sunshine inland. But one thing for sure the computer model does do is pick up on a lot of fog early in the day for all of the Bay Area. So if you're going to be traveling early in the day, keep that in mind to just take it easy on the roads. Around 5:05, cold front moves in. I talked about central and northern areas for the best chance. We have about a 30% chance of rain in the forecast for tomorrow. The front will stall out and just basically kind of go away for Wednesday, but we'll stay on the warm side. We're south of the front. That's the warm sector, the cooler, drier air, obviously well to the north. Now, this is long range. As we get into Thursday, here's a cold front that'll have some impact for us. Later Thursday, early Friday, the possibility of seeing some showers as this front pushes into the area. Then this area of high pressure will build in from the west. The flow around that area of high pressure, clockwise, will draw in that northerly breeze, and that will help to draw the temperatures down a little bit too. 76 degrees for the evening. That's on the mild side, though, but as we head in the next couple of days, our temps will be quite mild. You can see in the 80s for highs the next several days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but that's when it starts to change with that 30% rain chance. Once the impact of the front is being felt on Friday with the rain chance in between, which is pretty much the routine when we run fronts in this time of year. Maybe a thunderstorm there too. As we get into the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, high temperatures mid-60s for Saturday, Sunday near 70 degrees. Overnight low temperatures in the 40s. So those temps actually below normal, and we've not been below normal much this year.
Yeah, but fortunately, that's kind of good, though. It'll be a nice weekend.
It'll be nice
to see you coming. Thank you, Steve.
Yep.
Well, coming up in sports, Dan Lucas gets the Lovey Lowdown.
The Bucs' playoff chances suffering a major blow on Sunday with a loss to the Saints, and there is not much time left for this team to dwell on a bad day either, because our exclusive chat with Bucs head coach Lovie Smith explains it all for you next.
Sports on News Channel 8 is brought to you by your Gulf Coast Honda dealers. News Channel 8 is your official Bucs station, and we've got the Lovey Lowdown. Here's Dan Lucas.
Well, it is Bucs Bonus Monday, the Lovey Lowdown, and if the Bucs were not already in a must-win situation, they are now. 2 games out of an NFC wildcard spot with 3 to play, and not much time to dwell on a devastating loss to the New Orleans Saints. Today, I asked the coach how this team prepares for a playoff-like situation with just 2 days of practice. Coach, this is one of those games that you probably didn't want to look at, but you had to close the book before you could move forward to St. Louis. And just what did you see overall on a day that just left such a poor taste in the mouths of these players in that locker room?
Well, first off, I really wanted to see it, to see what we did wrong, and there was a lot. As far as why, sometimes it just happened. We didn't play our best ball. I thought we were ready. We knew it was at stake, but a part of our growth, of going to that next stage, that next level, is to be able to handle situations like that better. We'll do that next time.
And it doesn't end, though. There's still something at stake. The mathematics are still in there. So we've come to a winnable game here, a game, a must-win situation in a few days. How hectic is that quick turnaround?
I think we have to look at the big picture, as you mentioned. The team that's ahead of us has 8 wins. That's not going to get you into the playoff. So for us, it's about us taking care of business and just put ourselves in position where something good can still happen for us. But that starts with with the St. Louis game this week. We're excited about playing nationally televised game. Everyone want to get a chance to see us, and we want to show them our best.
What do you remember from, last year the Thursday night game didn't go well?
I have a hard time remembering that. I've moved on.
You've been through these things. Is it a preparation thing, you think, that catches some teams? Every team has to do it.
Yeah, and every team has to do it, and you're going to have to do it. I think you probably handle it a little bit better later in the season when, you know, kind of establish what type of football team you are. It's a little tougher when you go on the road like we're going to do it, but we knew that this game was coming up and we're excited about playing.
And the opponent, obviously the running back, one of the young backs in this league, coming back from an injury, looks good. Scouting a team on that short of notice, even with a little peak here and there, how difficult is that?
And we do. We watch them throughout. You know, you cross a lot of times on teams that you're playing, but we've seen, you're talking about Todd Gurley is a heck of a football player. They have a heck of a team, a lot of good talent. Hasn't worked out exactly the way they would like so far, but we're two teams really fighting to finish up strong and play better football, and hopefully it'll be us.
And it is a short week. Thursday night, Bucks at the Rams. Hey, Lightning tonight in Columbus against the Blue Jackets and John Tortorella, our old buddy.
Yeah.
Oh,
that should be
Jackets. Yes,
interesting.
exactly.
Thank you, Dan.
See what happens.
And final check on the weather real quick, Steve.
Nice
Tonight?
mild evening for us. Our temperatures are warm. Obviously, they've been well above normal. A slight possibility of a sprinkle here or there, but we are going to look at cooler air. A lot of folks talking about that this weekend, but for now, it's going to stay warm.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
And don't go anywhere. Nightly news is coming your way next.
Jen and Steve back at 7. We'll see you back here tonight at 11. Have a great evening.